This video is concerning problem number 15 in section 10.2. Notice when you open the problem there's an instructor tip. Always read those instructor tips. They're there to help you. Notice it tells you, remember that n times p times 1 minus p must be greater than or equal to 10. That's checking the variance. So you have to make sure that you do this. If the variance is greater than 10, then you can use the method we've been using. If it's less than 10, you have to use a different method. So this problem is going to be one that you have to use a different method. So I'm going to show you this. Okay, previously 4% of mothers smoked more than 21 cigarettes during their pregnancy. So my p-value will equal 0.04. An obstetrician believes that the percentage of mothers who smoke 21 cigarettes or more is less than 4% today. That's going to be my alternative hypothesis statement. P is less than 0.04. She randomly selects 125 pregnant mothers and finds 3 of them smoked 21 or more cigarettes during pregnancy. Notice my X is 3, my N is 125. Test the researcher's statement at alpha is 0.05. So our alpha is 0.05. So what we have to do, we have to use our variance formula. And we have to do n times p times 1 minus p to see that is greater than 10. So we're putting in 125 from the sample size, the 0.04 from your hypothesis statement, times 1 minus 0.04. So I'm going to open up my calculator. And I'm going to type this in. I meant to do this before I started, but I didn't. So 125 times 0.04, and then parenthesis 1 minus 0.04. I think I did that right. 0.04. Close this up, and you're going to see that your variance is less than 10. It's 4.8. So we end up with 4.8. is less than or equal to 10. When that happens, we cannot use the method that we've been using in StatCrunch. We have to use the binomial probability. So we're going to go to StatCrunch and we're going to go to Stat. We're going to go to Binomial under Calculator. And this is the one that we're going to have to use because our variance is too low. Now we're going to put in our sample size, which was 125. We're going to put in our p-value, which was our hypothesis statement, which was 0.04. Now, this says x is less than or equal to what number? Remember, our x is 3. So we're going to put in, and our alternative statement was a less than. So you have to pick less than or equal to in this and put 3. And then compute, and it's going to give you your p-value. So this is our p-value, 0.2593. 0.2593. Okay, so they ask us to fill in our null and our alternative, put in our p-value, so they use 0.259. So what I'm going to do is compare it to my alpha. So I marked out, so it's 0.259, and we have this. So p-value is high. If p-value is high, the null will fly. Okay, let's go to our statement that you have to write down. The null will fly. We reject the alternative. So that means that there is not enough evidence to support the claim that our proportion is less than 0.04. So they say, is there significant evidence? No, because the p-value is greater than alpha. There's not sufficient evidence to conclude that the percentage of mothers who smoke 21 or more cigarettes during pregnancy is less than 4%, meaning we do not reject the null. And that all comes back from this statement here. P-value is high, the null will fly.